What does a liquid billboard and Barbie have in common?
They both freeze in cold weather.
They both make a splash in the world of advertising. In today's episode, we're going to be discussing 10 extreme marketing campaigns that help to create differentiation with major companies. Stay tuned. Lady bosses, are you working even after putting the kids to bed but still not getting results?
Are you tired of spending money on ads that aren't getting engagement?
Do you feel burdened that you aren't fulfilling your purpose in life because you are so consumed with work?
I'm your host, Brooke Boltz. I'm an attorney and founder of Boltz Legal. I started my business and in 1 year was bringing in 7 figures and am now bringing in multi-7 figures.
And I'm your co-host, Rachel Boltz, owner of Boltz Media. I've helped many businesses build their online presence and increase their revenue through digital marketing.
Want to hear how we did it?
We are here to help you achieve your goals personally, professionally, and spiritually.
So kick off your high heels, sit back, and let's ignite that passion.
We're Miss Biz, where we're putting the Miss in biz.
Let's get biz done. As a personal injury attorney, I know all about billboards.
Yeah, you do.
But even I learned something from Adidas in their extreme marketing campaign of the liquid billboard. At first, I didn't even know what that meant, liquid billboard. But when I looked into it, it was pretty cool. It is a billboard-sized swimming pool that Adidas put on a beach and invited women at the beach to come take a dive into their liquid billboard. And when they would swim into the pool, there were cameras inside the pool that would project the image on live stream on the internet. And also people who were at the beach could see this beautiful image of someone swimming in a pool from this side view of the billboard. So I just thought this was a really great example of an extreme marketing concept that really set Adidas aside in differentiating itself from its competitors. There's so many swimwear designers out there, but this was just super creative and an experience that I think the bystanders and the women who participated will remember probably forever.
How many of the swimmers do you think actually purchased an Adidas swimsuit after that?
Probably a lot. I mean, who knows? But I would think so, because it would be a memory that you would remember forever.
I would think even just after seeing the live stream of such a big event take place, that people would be more likely to be drawn to it just because of the uniqueness and it being so memorable. You know, so many times when we're watching TV or commercials come on and they all look the same. You know, there's certain industries that they're just all boring. So being able to really think outside the box, I think, is something that's going to benefit your business. But along the same lines, it takes a lot of risk, you know, and not only that, in this situation specifically, I'm sure that it was quite expensive to make that billboard of that size that people could swim in. So this was a huge risk in a lot of different ways, you know, if somebody wouldn't use them or if it would even just be like a huge financial loss at that point. So I absolutely love this, and it's something that you can do as a business owner to think about, okay, well, what is something that is typically done in my industry, and how can I take that same concept but do something that's never been done before?
That's what I love about this. It's something that, as far as I know, has never been done before. So if you can come up with that idea that's unique, that makes a big impact, you're going to really differentiate your business.
The second thing that we're going to talk about is the Barbie movie. So when the Barbie movie came out, there was a lot of different promotional events taking place. But one of the things that they decided to do was to create Barbie AI. And I remember seeing this on a couple different social media platforms where you could use a filter that made yourself look like a Barbie, or you would take a picture and the AI would generate you into a Barbie. And a lot of people were using them because, one, it was trending because of the movie, but two, I think it also built up some anticipation. And then, people would send that Barbie selfie out to their other friends because they thought that they looked good in it, or whatever the case may be, and it would continuously spread awareness that the Barbie movie was getting ready to launch.
What little girl didn't want to look like a Barbie?
I don't know of any.
So it's like actualizing a childhood dream or fantasy to look like a Barbie, and also helps promote the movie. So it's a great way to involve the public in an interactive way with your advertising.
I agree 100%. Another brand, which I can kind of see how they would be more extreme just in nature, that kind of took marketing to a whole nother level, was Red Bull. So Brooke, what was Red Bull's extreme marketing campaign?
Red Bull featured a skydiver from Austria who partnered with Red Bull to set the world record for the highest skydive. The record was 128,000 feet, which is about 24 miles above the Earth's surface. So to pull this off, they had to put the skydiver into a small communication capsule and sent him up to the stratosphere using a large helium-filled balloon.
That is insane.
Dangerous. I don't know how they pulled this thing off, but they did. And it turns out Red Bull streamed the entire event online and had the highest viewing traffic of any live stream ever broadcast on YouTube, with just over 8 million viewers.
If you enjoy the Miss Biz podcast but still have questions or need advice, we have some exciting news for you. Join us for Miss Biz Connects. Miss Biz Connects is a weekly 1-hour Zoom call on Fridays at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
This is 1 hour each week dedicated to you. We want to meet you and put our brains together to help you grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
To access the meeting link, visit us on our social media pages at Miss Biz Podcast, or send us an email to missbizpod@gmail.com.
Join us this Friday and let's grow the Miss Biz Nation.
So let me ask you a question. As a personal injury attorney, would you ever advise that a company do something to this degree?
No way. This was a lawsuit waiting to happen. I mean, multiple lawsuits waiting to happen. If any little thing went wrong, this guy was toast, and you have a major lawsuit on your hands. So definitely would not recommend something this extreme, but setting some world record. You could, look at Guinness Book of World Records. My brother is trying to make a world record for standing on a ball the longest amount of time. It's pretty crazy. He can stand on a ball for hours, and he really could probably beat a world record. But doing something like that, videoing it, hyping it up, advertising it, is something that can definitely gain a lot of exposure for your business. And Red Bull, I mean, after all, they're an energy drink. People don't necessarily think skydiving when you think energy drink, but they built their brand around extreme activities and high energy and adrenaline junkies. And so this was in line with the feeling of their brand.
So did the guy survive?
I think so.
Okay. Well,
I didn't see any news to the contrary. So I think he did survive, and that's how he set the world record.
As long as nobody's hurt, I guess in the end it's good.
Well, it worked out for them.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was
What
a
a
risk.
cool idea. I mean, just the concept alone, like who thinks of these things? That's what I want to know. The next company that we're going to be talking about is M&M. So M&M was trying to decide of their new next flavor. And they decided to use this as a marketing opportunity. So they created an experience called flavor rooms, which were complete with decor and fragrances that were unique to a certain flavor. And the pop-up also included snack and drink lounges with M&M themed cocktails. I don't know about you, but this sounds like a woman's paradise.
It sounds like my 4-year-old's paradise. He loves M&Ms, and every day he like brings me into the closet and points and says M&Ms. So
Aw.
yeah, it sounds like a lot of people's paradise. But also think of all the selfies that got taken in these flavor rooms that people went and then posted on social media. That's free
Yeah.
advertisement. So creating an experience that makes people want to take pictures of it is a great way to bring awareness to your business.
Yeah, and this is so memorable too because it's using multiple senses, and it's not every day that you get to experience something like that.
So the next example of extreme marketing is Coca-Cola's happiness machine. And thinking back to my time in college, I would have loved a happiness machine. It is a special vending machine that Coca-Cola installed on college campuses that dispensed unexpected treats like flowers, pizza, and even a giant sandwich. The reactions of people were filmed and the videos went viral, and it reinforced Coca-Cola's brand messaging of sharing happiness. So this is just, it's brilliant. It's a brilliant way to take the Coca-Cola vending machines that everybody is so familiar with that don't have any excitement really associated with them anymore because we just kind of see them every day, and put a twist on it to bring it to life again and have fun and be giving and generous and the things that are coming out of this machine, and just really create an online just a lot of online buzz as well, where people are watching these videos and enjoying the reactions that people have.
Yeah, this is mind-boggling to me. So in my prior life, I used to actually teach blind people how to operate vending machines, how to fill them up with products, how to program them, how to fix them if they went wrong. And I also was a ServSafe proctor and instructor. So the first thing that comes to my mind is, what about foodborne illnesses? So the fact that they were able to come up with something in a way that would create sandwiches for people, that is amazing, and not getting anybody sick.
Yeah.
That is super cool. And on a college campus too, like, they don't care what they eat.
Yeah. It's probably better than what the cafeteria is serving.
Probably.
In honesty.
Probably. That's awesome. So the next company that we're going to be talking about is IKEA. IKEA held a major sleepover event. So IKEA in the UK, they hosted this sleepover in one of their stores for customers who had expressed a desire on Facebook to spend the night in an IKEA store. This is so accommodating. Like, I don't know of many major companies that would actually be like, oh, you know what? Let's do that. But this unique event, it created a lot of buzzes, and it provided an unforgettable experience for the participants.
You could spend a whole night in IKEA easily. There's so much to do there, so much to see. And again, I just keep coming back to the experience that these people are having. And I'm certain they're videotaping every second of it and taking pictures and posting it all over social media. So they're getting a lot of recognition for free. And really, this event probably wasn't all that expensive. They opened their doors and let people come stay the night. They probably bought food at the restaurant that's on site at IKEA, so they might have even made a little money. People might have bought things as they were there. So they might have made money on this event, and it really, unlike some of the others we've talked about, which would be really extremely expensive, this one really doesn't seem like it would be.
I think it's genius. And I guess it would depend on if they allowed minors, because I'm just thinking about like if your kids and my kids were to have a sleepover at IKEA, it would probably end up being very expensive, not only for the store, but also for us, who then had to purchase everything. But I wonder if they had some type of rule where you had to be 18 and older just to excuse of liability and to help prevent any sort of destruction.
Yeah, I would think, putting my lawyer hat on, there probably were some requirements on who could come and probably some strong liability waivers. But
then again, it's the UK, so
yeah,
they're very free. They're very free over there, historically speaking. So
next is Volvo. Volvo trucks were seeking to promote their dynamic steering system and the stability and precision of it. So they featured Jean-Claude Van Damme, who put his feet on 2 truck beds, and then as they reversed or drove away, he did a split between the 2 trucks suspended in the air. And this is just an example of extreme marketing, kind of similar to the Red Bull campaign, where doing extreme stunts it draws a lot of attention. In this case, it also involved a celebrity, but I don't think you would have to. I think it could have a major impact just by using any person who, in fact, you could do something like a competition of who can do it, and then you could have a lot of people who would sign up to see if they could do it. So again, liability waivers would need to be used, but it was definitely a way for Volvo to differentiate itself. You definitely don't think of those kind of stunts when you think of Volvo ordinarily.
Yeah, I know that this ad would stick out to my grandmother. She was obsessed with Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I think I actually remember seeing this ad on TV, like now that I think back, but I think that I thought it was not real. I guess I didn't really realize that he was actually doing a split. So that's pretty cool. And you can do this in your business as well. It doesn't have to be vehicles. It doesn't have to be, a split. It could just be you doing something, a little bit different than what other people in your industry are doing. And then, doing those things while utilizing your product just to bring recognition to whatever you're selling. We're all about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case, no trouble. All about that case.
At Bolts Legal, we are all about your case. Text or call to schedule a free consultation for all your legal needs. boltslegal.com.
So I think that's awesome. The next one we're going to be talking about is Blendtech, the Will It Blend series. This series of viral marketing campaigns featured Blendtech's founder blending various items from iPhones to marbles to demonstrate the power of their blenders. And the campaign was both shocking and humorous, driving significant sales and increases.
I can attest, I own a Blendtech, and it blends my green smoothies perfectly. So I haven't tried my cell phone. I don't know that I will be trying to blend my cell phone. But when it comes to smoothies, I'm a fan. And I think Blendtech is who they use at like Smoothie King and some of these other smoothie places too, because once you're a Blendtech fan, you start to notice Blendtechs all over the place. But it's a great product, but that is such a good way to do something different, do something extreme to draw attention. And this says they increase their sales.
Yeah. Well, what you're doing is you're utilizing your product to illustrate what it's capable of. So obviously, like, people aren't going to be blending their cell phones on a regular basis, right? But it's showing what that product is capable of. So if you can think of a way to do something like that in your industry, you'll be golden.
That brought to mind the Cutco scissors that cuts the penny.
Yes.
The cutting of the penny with the scissors was...
That hurts me to think about it.
Cutting a penny?
Yes, it's copper.
Oh, sorry. But it was it drove a lot of sales as far as I understand.
It did.
So the next, we're now at number 9 of our featured extreme marketing campaigns, and it's Dove. And Dove did the Real Beauty sketches. And I think we've come to know Dove as a brand that really helps women to appreciate themselves and love themselves. So this particular campaign that they did, they had an artist draw women as they describe themselves, and then drew a second picture of them the way strangers describe them, and then showed the two images, and you could see the differences, highlighted how women were more critical of themselves, and the picture that was drawn from their own description was noticeably worse looking than the way that strangers describe them. And so it helped to promote Dove's message of natural beauty. It also would have been really interesting video content to watch to see how an artist is drawing based on someone just describing themselves and a stranger as well. I think that would be something that would draw me in, that I'd be interested in seeing.
Absolutely. And how memorable is that as well, just being part of that and seeing that. And Dove is one of those companies where they've done a excellent job with their branding. Like Brooke had mentioned, they're all about like loving yourself and real beauty inward and loving the skin that you're in. And yet, like, what does soap do? Soap dries your skin out. But the fact that you've come up with this whole brand about like loving your skin is just something that is just really genius, and it creates a mood. When you think about Dove, when you watch their commercials, you feel that emotion in their messaging.
And this is another example of one that really wouldn't be too expensive. You'd have to pay an artist whatever their rate is for a few hours to draw pictures, but not something that would be over the moon expensive like some of the other ones we've talked about.
Right. It's not like you're having to create a above ground swimming pool, for people to swim in.
And even the artist, the recognition that the artist would get from this would be great for the artist business. So the artist may even be willing to work at a reduced fee or free of charge because of all the exposure that he or she would get from this.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so the last and final extreme marketing activity.
Save the best for last.
Yeah, absolutely. We had to do a little bit of self-promotion there. Miss Biz is about to unleash some calendars that you've never seen before.
So the Miss Biz calendars are boss lady calendars, boss mom calendars. They've got memes that Rachel and I and a couple of our friends have put together, and they are 12 images of us doing silly things with silly, funny memes on them. So if you want to get one, sign up today. You can send us a message on any of the social media platforms just requesting the calendar. You can also comment on any of our social media posts that you'd like to receive one.
You can submit a contact form on our brand new Miss Biz podcast website, which is www.missbiz.com, or you can email us at missbizpod@gmail.com. 2 Timothy 1:7, for God gave us not a spirit of fearfulness, but of power and love and discipline. We appreciate you and are honored to be on this journey with you. We can't wait to help you, to encourage you, and show you how to grow personally, professionally, and spiritually.
If you found Miss Biz helpful, please leave a review and share with others.
You can follow us on social media at Miss Biz Podcast.
For legal questions or services, please visit boltslegal.com.
And for digital marketing needs, please visit boltsmedia.com. Let's get biz done.